are live and ready.
Okay, welcome everyone to the City of Mangum City Commission meeting for November the 4th of 2020. And I'd like to welcome all of you. And at this time, I'm going to call the meeting to order. We do have a quorum. And please do the roll call.
Gay.
Here.
Webb.
What happened to him?
Webb.
He's muted. Webb.
Here.
Reese.
Here.
Bowman.
Okay, we do have a quorum. First item on the agenda is the consent agenda. Number 1 is discussion possible action to approve the minutes of the special meeting on October the 8th. And then discussion possible action to approve the minutes of the special meeting on October the 15th, to approve the 2020 claims for October and November 2020 estimated payroll. Is there any item you'd like to remove from the consent agenda?
Make a motion, we approve it as presented.
Okay, we have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Please call for a vote.
Gay.
Yes.
Webb.
Yes.
Reese.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Reports. Financial report for the city from the city manager for September 2020.
All right, let me bring up my screen here again. All right, so this month we're of course talking about the collections from September, but sales tax was down from last month, but the numbers from last month, that doesn't surprise anybody. But it's actually stayed pretty steady. We're right in that the mid 40 range. So you know, we've held our own throughout this COVID experience, and I think that's a testament to the community, and it's we've done an amazing job of keeping the lights on and keeping things going and getting our sales tax up. And when you compare that to some other communities, I think we're doing really well. Our use tax is way up from last year, but a little bit down from last month. Again, that's expected, and we're right in that zone. So when I talk about the zone, we go over here and you can see where that average line would be, somewhere between in that mid 40s. So we're right on track with that. Last month was that weird, I don't want to call it abomination because that denotes something bad. It was actually a really good month, but there's the sales tax, and of course our use tax is really up and down, but we're not seeing any drastic drops or rises there. So, and as far as the MUA is concerned, we're up for the fund balance of the month at 72,995, which is good. The general government is up 25,958, which is good. That leaves us for our total fund balance from July 2020 to September. Down here, you see that's 57,500 for government, general government, and MUA is at 177,000. So that is my report. If you have any questions.
No questions? If not, we're going to go right on to the next item on the agenda under ordinances and resolutions. Number 7, discussion and possible action to approve resolution 2021-14, amending the budget for the police department. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion on that?
All of these budget amendments we've kind of discussed them over the last 2 months that these were going to be coming. We knew these were going to be coming. This one is really due to the expense that we've had on a few of our vehicles that we weren't expecting. when I do the budget for the year, I kind of average over the last 2 years of what it's been. This was just really unexpected, and you'll kind of see that as a common theme through a lot of these is these things. It's you got to keep the police cars on the road, and this when they break hard. So this gets us up and gets us a little bit more operating funds to keep those vehicles going for the rest of the year. So
Okay. Any more questions? Do I have a, can you call for a vote, please?
Gay,
Yes.
Webb,
Yes.
Reese,
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 8, discussion and possible action to approve the resolution 2021-15, amending the budget for shop maintenance and city superintendent in the GG
that's the
internal.
general government. Yes.
Oh, the general government internal service fund to cover additional vehicle expenses, costs, and uniform shirts. Do I have the motion?
The motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion on that? Is there any
Okay.
details? Yeah.
So the details on this one is the way we broke these out is per fund. So each fund is going to have its own individual resolutions to change. And so this is changing three different line items in the internal service fund. The first one is the vehicle maintenance. Vehicle maintenance over the last 3 or 4 years has used approximately $200 in per year to maintain their vehicle. This year they had some expenses come up with that vehicle that of course reached way beyond that. So what we're asking for is to amend that for $1,500 to cover those costs and to get him through the rest of the year. The uniforms, I forgot to put it in the budget for them to get a uniform change for this year. So we've asked for that, or they've asked for that, and we definitely want to help them out with that. The city superintendent, his vehicle maintenance is the exact same story. He normally spends about $100 a year, and that's getting his two oil changes. Well, this year he had to get some tires, I think it was. So.
Okay. Any other questions or discussion? Would you call for a vote, please?
Gay,
Yes.
Webb,
Yes.
Reese,
Yes.
Okay, item number 9 on the agenda. Discussion and possible action to approve resolution 2021-16, amending the budget for the electrical department training expenses in the Mangum Utility Authority Fund. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a second. Okay, Dave.
This one is to cover the costs of their renewals for their water license. Actually, the electric department all carry water licenses so that they can help out with the water department when that comes up. We didn't add that in. We had taken that out of the water department over the last couple of years, but we decided that really needed to come out of the electric department. So we're asking the commission to go ahead and make the budget amendment to allow us to pay for their water licenses out of their own training budget. So that's what this additional expense is.
Okay, any more questions or any questions? Call for a vote, please.
Gay,
Yes.
Webb,
Yes.
Reese.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Number 10, discussion and possible action to approve resolution 2021-17, amending the budget for the water well improvement fund to cover the additional costs for Cardinal Engineering for the engineering report on the proposed water treatment plant. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second?
Second.
Have a second? Okay, Dave?
Okay, so this was an unexpected expense to come from Cardinal. Basically, what this is to close out the engineering report for when we were talking about putting in a reverse osmosis water system. We're going to get that engineering report so that later on, if we want to go down this road and we want to do this, we'll have that. And this is going to save us from having to do that engineering report later on. But what we didn't know, and Billy can kind of back me up on this, is that this expense was going to be coming. I would have put it into the agenda, or not the agenda, but the annual budget had I known it was coming. But this is just kind of a finalized deal for them. That's my understanding.
What specifically is the expense?
The total cost that we've put out.
Well, this 739.50.
This is their. They've been breaking up their expense for the engineering report over the last 2 years. We've been paying for it for 2 years at a rate of every other month. I think we get a bill for a couple $100. And Billy, do you have the number right off your head? I want to say it was 17,000 for the engineering report, and it was 17,000 for the environmental report, for a total
Right.
of,
Right.
yeah.
And this money just is the final payment dues.
Yes.
Okay,
That's
and we
my
owe nothing
understanding.
else.
Yes.
Okay, any other questions? You call for a vote, please.
Gay,
Yes.
Webb,
Yes.
Reese,
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Number 11 on the agenda, discussion and possible action to approve resolution 2021-18, amending the budget for the power plant capital improvement fund to cover the cost of the engine number 5 and 6. I'm just so glad they're still working.
If I may, we do not need this. I found out yesterday evening from Dave Osborne of OMPA that so to give you some background on this, when we tried to do our operations test and our capacity runs in August or July, what happened was as they were trying to run up 5 and 6, they couldn't get it's called a syncoscope. It's a piece of equipment that synchronizes the engines together with our power that's going out. I'm not a technician on this, so I can't give you any more details than that. All I can say is it was broke. It didn't work. This was also something that was worked on when they replaced the breaker, the OSB 1 or 2. And so it worked before they did the breaker. It didn't work after they did the breaker. So we were arguing that, hey, something was not right here. So when OMPA hired somebody to come out here, and that expense was going to be on us, and it was going to be $3,400, and we had no choice but to do that because we had to get those generators online. Well, when that gentleman came out and he took a look around, he found out what was wrong. He was missing there was a jumper that wasn't connected, and it was a simple book, and it was done. And so OMPA, after getting that report, OMPA has said, hey, we know that the city of Mangum could not have done this. There's no way that we could have been involved in that jumper. So OMPA is intercepting the invoice on this, and they're going to pay it.
Yay. Okay. So there will be no action on number 11.
No action on number 11.
Okay. We'll go on to number 12, discussion and possible action to approve resolution 2021-19, amending the budget for the MUA Capital Improvement Fund for the new manhole on West Pierce Street.
I would move approval of,
I have a motion to, do I have a second?
Second.
Have a second? Dave?
Okay, so we approved the bid and we approved the work, but we never approved the budget amendment to do it, the expenditure from the budget. So that's all this is just to go back and say, hey, we had to do this, we had to do it, and it was an emergency, and but we didn't expense it in the budget. So that's what this is doing. It's just catching up with the work we've already done.
Okay. Any other questions? Not call for a vote, please.
Gay,
yes.
Webb,
Yes.
Reese,
Yes.
Motion carries on number 12. Going on to other items on the agenda, this number 13, discussion and possible action to approve the agreement with Tyler Technologies for online utility billing. Do I have a motion?
Absolutely. I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. All right. Dave? would you like-
So when we started looking into the website and updating our website, part of what we really wanted to include with the website was the ability to pay your bill online. That includes being able to go in, log in, having the customer have their own login where they can go in and see, hey, this is what my bill is and what it's going to be for next month. And then have the ability to pay that. Well, in order to do that, we obviously have to have a credit card service that can accept those. Well, our current accounting system, which is run by Tyler, it's called Encode. They've got an integrated online utility billing that that meets that demand, that meets that requirement. When we looked into were there other companies out there that do this, Tyler kind of has a chokehold on how they can integrate the online billing. So when Tyler says, if I wanted to go with another company that could do online billing, I would have to run a report every month in a specific way, and then, we would have to go through and manipulate that report into a spreadsheet and email it to that company, and they would have to then load that into their system. It was a joke, and they were going to charge us the exact same amount as what Tyler Technologies was going to charge us. So we did some looking around, we talked about it, and we've been talking about it for months on who we were going to go with and how we were going to deal with it and how we were going to do it. And really this comes up with the best solution. It's Tyler Technologies. They are the company that runs our accounting software. All of our billing is done through Encode. So it's integrated. It's a single system. The total cost of it is $1.50 per transaction, and we're not going to charge any more than that. Then there's an annual fee of let me get to the section of it. It's 576,
I think.
$576 annually. So that's really a drop in the bucket when you think of what we could have done. There was another option out there that would have really cost us, and that it was just ridiculous. But yeah, $576 a month, or excuse me, a year. That is not a month. That's a year. Is an easy price to pay for something that is going to give us that kind of capability.
Did you say you were going to raise the rates $1.50?
We already charge for credit cards in house.
Oh, okay,
So
okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Isn't it $2.95 or?
we charge right now. We're charging at $2,
Three.
$3 for every transaction.
And they
So
come
it's
in
actually going to
bulk.
be cheaper for you to pay your bill online.
Yeah, okay.
So Dave, that lends a question then, are we not, even though it's just charging us the $1.50, are we not still losing that percentage from the credit card company?
Are you saying,
Do they charge us 2.9% like most do?
oh,
above-
no, they're charging us 1.5%. We are putting that charge on the customer. That's it. So
Okay.
we're not overcharging at all for,
It's not $1.50, it's 1.5% then.
I think it's $1.25 actually,
is it?
but
So they'll pay an extra $1.25 to put it on a credit card. And then we only have to pay the 500 and whatever it is a year.
Correct.
Okay,
So,
And that $1.25 goes to the company.
okay.
so how does that, so if somebody comes in and pays City Hall, then they're going to pay $3 for a credit card transaction. But if they pay through the website, they're going to pay $1.25.
That's correct.
And we get the full amount of the utility bill
And we get the full amount of the utility bill.
and they
Yes.
get the $1.25.
And they get the $1.25 plus the $576 a year.
What will this give us the capabilities of not having to distribute bills by mail? Because I'll be quite honest, I don't like getting my bill by mail.
There's an option, and we so there is an option that we can go to later on, and we were discussing it. The ability to go with paperless billing also gives us some other it opens up a whole new realm of options. We can be texted your bill, automatically notifying you that your bill is now available. We can email you your bill. We can email
notifications.
notifications that your late fees and your we would be able to email notify whenever there was going to be a power outage, a scheduled run of the generators. It's just this endless possibility of adding email, text, and I think that was it, just email and text notifications to anybody that signs up for it. It's expensive to do it. When we got the quote for that, it was
About 2,000.
I think it was more than that. It was like it was 2,500 or 2,600 or something to that effect. And Billy and I were like, wait a minute, this is not.
Year?
Yeah.
Well, but my thought is cost savings with postage.
Yeah,
How much-
and it probably will. But what we want to start with, I don't want to change the world in a day. This is definitely something that, Billy and I were talking about. Hey, this would be great. It would be fantastic. I didn't want to throw this all out there all at once and say, hey, we have online building, and hey, we've also got this, and hey, we got this. I kind of wanted to do it. Let's get the online billing first. Let's get that working. Let's make sure that people understand it and they can use it. And then we'll go in and check on the option of doing the notification services and email.
So for the online billing portion, I can log into this and see my bill for the month, right?
Yes. You
And I
can
can pay
see
right
what
there.
you owe. It's not going to tell you how much water you used and how much electricity you used. It's going to tell you what your bill is.
Okay, can I then say, I quit mailing me my bill because I'll just do it on that website just to save some postage? I mean, can that be an option? Or are we
Sure.
still required to send that paper bill?
We hadn't thought of it that way, but certainly I don't see why we couldn't. There would have to be a way in the system, and there's this is technical issues that we would have to go through, because when we print out the bills, it's literally a button that you push to say all active billing, and it does it. So if we're going to remove people from that list, we've got to figure out how to do that. It's possible, and I'm sure we can look into that. Yeah.
I think that's what the other part is they
Yeah.
set up for it.
Yeah.
So Dave, because if we have that $576 that we're paying in addition to, why not? We've already passed an ordinance that already gives a specific amount for a convenience fee. Why not maintain that convenience fee? And that can go towards paying the $576.
I'm not sure how you'd get it onto the bill. If we'd have to have Encode set up something to charge the $3 additional.
We can look into it, certainly.
I mean, that was the reason for the convenience fee when we passed that ordinance, was because we were losing a significant amount of money each year by credit card usage.
Right. And it was easy for us to do it because we're punching those numbers into the to the thing. When you're paying online, we don't know. We won't have a clue until that transaction comes through the system and shows that it's been updated.
Well, maybe it's just maybe it'll encourage people not to come in and be able to pay that way too. Maybe but I will ask this: is it better than our court paying our ticket system? Because that is a pain, and it's not very. I don't know that I've used it once.
And we can. If this kind of look at this as a trial run. We've gotten the demo from Tyler. I've never used it. We're not sure exactly how easy that's really going to be in the real world. Everything that we've seen in the demo shows that it is. And if we want to, and in fact, I talked to the company today, if we want to go in and change over the way we do our court payments, all we have to do is add court to it. And we can do that online as well.
Well, and the only reason I even bring that up is when you pay in that system, you don't get a notification that it took it and you paid it. You have to call down at City Hall and talk to somebody and make sure that the ticket was paid.
Yeah.
I thought when I read this that was included.
That is included with this. So when we go in and you make a utility payment, you're going to get notification that your payment was received.
Oh, but I meant the court part.
No,
I thought I
they did have that several different departments on there, but it only is the one that we're looking at.
Okay.
Billing, because I asked the same question.
Okay.
Now, if this runs well, and if everything works the way it's supposed to work, and it's all seamless, then we're definitely going to want to be expanding our capabilities with it. And if it's as seamless as it seems to be, then yes, I may just come to you within a month or two and say, hey, let's add court to this. Let's go ahead and start doing these auto notifications. Let's do some of these other things that this thing can do.
So
for call charge, when they make any kind of contact with a customer or do late notices or anything like that?
On the notifications, yes.
Yes.
Yes. I think like 10 cents, I believe.
10 cents. It's 10 cents a notification.
Oh, yeah.
But we can pass that on to the
Yes, we
clientele if it were like late notice or something like that.
Yeah, and you would have to. It's not something that we can set up for everyone. You'd have to sign up for it. Now, things like if we're going to put out notifications, if we're going to push notifications like power outages or water outages or something to that effect, then obviously we don't want them to have to pay for that. That's on us. But if they're wanting to get notifications on their billing, on their, well, if you want to get a paperless uh, paperless utility bill, yeah, it's 10 cents for us each time we kick that out.
But I would say 10 cents is cheaper than, what are we paying in postage now?
It's, I think,
38 cents.
38 cents.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
so.
plus the paper, plus the
Yep.
man hours.
Right.
That 10 cents is a lot cheaper than all that other.
It certainly is.
But that's
Um,
just, that's 10 cents per transaction. There's another, what'd you say, $2,300 fee per year
Right.
for that?
That's correct.
How many customers do we have that we send out bills?
15,
Yeah.
somewhere between 1530 and 1550.
And we pay
It
the
depends on
normal
the month.
postage?
And all of them
Or
is
is
Said
it
we
a
paid
discount?
38.
You know, bulk rate though, don't you?
Yeah,
Yes,
3 months
that's-
you'd already make
That's why we don't pay
savings.
the 44 cents per.
Well,
I think-
that's, yeah, it would just take 3 months if everyone did the paperless statement, but you're going to have
Yeah.
some that want that
You're-
paper statement.
Absolutely. You're not going to get that.
I don't know that you'd get half.
Mostly the people that don't have computers or don't pay.
But
on-
even if you got 20% of that, and I think you get 20%, the cost savings in a year is much better than the 2,000.
Hmm.
If you run the 1550 and say 25% of that. Yeah, there's cost savings just in that at 25%.
Okay,
Okay, we'll talk about all this. You guys want to whenever, after we get this done, and then we can talk about this in the future. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I just want this to be kind of a test. If this works well and it goes well for 2 months, then we're going to want to add stuff to it. We're going to want to bring more to the table. So
Okay.
yeah, definitely.
Okay, could we go ahead and call for a vote?
Gay,
Yes.
Webb,
Yes.
Reese,
Yes.
Motion carries. On to item number 14, discussion and possible action to approve the request for the library board to waive the fee for DVD circulation during COVID-19. Do I have a motion?
Make the motion.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Does anybody have any concerns about that?
I certainly don't. They brought it to me, and I told them that any kind of fee changes or
I'm just
reductions would have to come through you.
surprised that there's that many people that want DVDs.
And the library's been closed, their doors have been closed, but
Yeah.
they've been doing an amazing job there. They've got a system where they can walk a laptop out to you in your car and
Oh,
have
that's
this
great.
long Ethernet cable that connects to it, and you can come out and you can check your email.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and if you have a specific book or video that you want to check out, most of that stuff is on their website. You can go, you can see if it's in, and you can reserve it, and they'll bring it to your car. So they're doing curbside service to help folks out and keep people busy during this time. So they're doing amazing stuff, and I'm really proud of them. They've really come through during this time.
That's great. Any other comments or questions? Would you call for a vote, Billy?
Gay,
Yes.
Webb,
Yes.
Reese,
Yes.
Okay, next item on the agenda, number 15, is discussion and possible action to approve the calendar for 2021 meetings for payroll calendar and the holiday schedule. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second?
Second.
Any questions on the calendars?
On Tuesday, November 2nd, that's election day. We're doing it at 6 o'clock.
Hmm.
I would just, either we need to move it to a later time or hold it on a different day.
I agree. I didn't even realize that.
can we just approve that next time, or do we have to do it now?
I think we can just make that single change
Okay.
and
What do you recommend, Ronnie?
My thought is maybe do it the following Tuesday or that specific one's at 7 o'clock. I just don't want to interfere with election.
Right.
absolutely.
Amend the motion to that effect, change it to 7 o'clock.
Change it to 7.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a motion to accept the calendar, but the one on the city commission meeting to change the November 2nd meeting from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. And that's the only change. Is there any questions about that? Okay, we have the motion, and did we have a second?
Not an amended second.
Okay, amendment for the second for the amendment. Do we have that?
Yes.
Okay, Travis. All right. No other discussion. Call for a vote, please.
Gay,
Yes.
Webb,
Yes.
Reese,
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. On to item number 16, discussion and possible action to approve the change from the Wall Drop Construction Incorporated and Williams Electric Clinton LLC for the rehabilitation to the runway lights, and installation of 2-box PAPIS for the airport grant. Do I have a motion?
A motion.
Have a motion, second?
Second.
Second.
Okay. Dave?
Okay, so the airport is done. They've sealed off. They've really kind of cut out and replaced a lot of the large gaps in the runway. The lighting is amazing. I've got some really good comments from some of our pilots that fly in and out. They're really happy with the work that was done. The good news is that they came in under budget. So
Wow.
these two change orders, I've already signed them because number one, I was granted authority to act as the agent for this project, and number two, because they were below budget. So if these were to have gone above budget, I definitely would have put them in front of you before I signed them and had those approved before we did them. But since they were actually below budget, under budget, and they all admitted to it, and they said, "Hey, yeah, man, we were not expecting this to cost that little," and it's all in their materials. So, in our total savings, which half of it goes to OAC and half comes to us, is I think 16,000.
And there is a PAPA system out there now?
The
Is that
PAPIs
what
are working.
One of the
yes.
changes was? Excellent.
Yep. PAPIs are working. Everything works great. In fact, this is actually going to save us some money.
What's PAPIS?
PAPIs.
Precision approach indicator.
Oh, okay.
So as you're flying in, there's 2 lights or 3 sets of lights off to the side of the runway. One is red and one is white. And if you are above or below the slope, the glide slope to come in, you're not going to see either one of those lights. Just the way that the grills work on the PAPIs.
Okay.
So that's, yeah,
Red over
they
white,
replaced
it's all
those.
right.
Sorry?
Red over white, you're all right.
Yep.
White over red, you're dead.
Yeah, it's a bad thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really, these lights are going to save us a lot of money too, because they are not incandescent. They're all LED.
Oh,
So-
that's huge.
It's huge.
huge.
It's a huge savings in what our electric bill is probably going to turn
Yeah.
out being.
And the gas,
Is there
gas
any
meter.
chance that we don't approve this? Are
So
we
there's
gonna-
really nothing really to approve as I'm sitting here thinking about it, because I've already signed it. What I did want was
I've got them here to sign.
if you look at what's online, they're already signed.
They told me I had to put it before the commission.
Well, we'll just go ahead and do it, just
Yeah.
to do it, okay?
Yeah.
And then we'll sign and do, in case, if it's there, it's there. All
Yep.
right?
We're
Okay,
not going to vote against saving money.
No,
Right. I've
Okay.
already sent them off to Craig Boyer, so
okay.
he's already got them.
Well, that's fine. Let's go
but-
ahead and call for a vote.
Yep.
Gay,
Yes.
Webb,
Yes.
Reese.
Yes.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Please call for a vote.
Reese,
Yes.
Webb,
Yes.
Gay.
Okay,
Yes.
meeting is adjourned. Billy, since there's only two things on the agenda, do you want us to still wait till you,
It'll just should just take a second here.
okay, tell us when you're ready.
Mhm.
She's becoming a natural at it.
Yeah, this is getting a little easier now.
Okay, good.
If it works like it says. I'm ready anytime.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to call the meeting to order for the Mangum Utility Authority special meeting here on November the 4th, 2020. Would you please have a roll call, please?
Gay,
Here.
Bowman, Scott,
Here.
Webb,
Here.
Reese.
Here.
Okay, next, we do have a quorum. Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda motion to approve the minutes of the special meeting held on October the 8th, 2020. Do I have a motion?
Make that motion.
Have a second?
Second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on that? If not, call for a vote.
Reese,
Yes.
Webb,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Gay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next item on the agenda is an executive session, discussion and possible action to enter into executive session in accordance with 25 OS 307B4 to receive an update regarding the ongoing litigation between Mr. William Ray, Billy Skinner, and the Mangum Utility Authority. Executive session will be held in a separate breakout room via Zoom video conference and will not be viewable or audible to the public. Do I have a motion to go into executive session?
So move.
We have a motion. Do I have a second?
Yeah.
Did somebody second?
I'll second.
Okay, Ronnie seconded. Any more discussion on that? If not, call for a vote, please.
Reese,
Yes.
Webb,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Gay.
Yes.
Okay, we are in executive session.
Okay, I'm going to be inviting you all in. Please don't start talking about it until I tell you to go ahead.
This is where I'm getting confused. Okay.
Is everybody back now? Oh, here we are.
We should have everybody back.
Okay, we are back now. First, I'd just like to make a comment that the only thing that was discussed in executive session is what was on the agenda. I have a motion to return to regular session.
Well, I think
Do I need
you're
to do that?
entitled to call us out and just no action.
Okay. Well, I mean, do I need to have a motion to come back into regular session? No?
Make
Okay.
an
Okay.
executive.
Okay. So we're back in open session, and the next thing on the agenda is to adjourn. Motion to adjourn.
So move.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Don't think we need any discussion. So we should call for a vote.
Travis,
Yes. It's okay.
Webb,
Yes.
Yes.
and Gay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you all very much for this. And I guess our next meeting, what day is it on? December what?
First,
December 1st.
December 1st, and we will be in person, and there will be a venue change, and that'll be at the Welcome Center. That'll be a regularly scheduled meeting.
Okay. Any other things that we need to notify anybody about? Okay. If not, this meeting is adjourned, and you guys have a nice evening.
You too.